The next one we know for a fact isn't going to get anything. It might not even get a full 5 minutes here on the show, but it is Kraven the Hunter, a movie that feels like a last-minute addition to something that was already canceled. You ever go to a wedding and you already regret getting a gift because you know they ain't going to be together by the next anniversary? This feels like that. We started the year with Madam Web, so why not close it out with another Sony Cinematic Universe that doesn't exist anymore, Zach? Nothing is worse than going to a movie as the studio tells you this and all the other ones don't matter anymore. They'll reboot it in 2 years again, but how pathetic. Kraven the Hunter is the newest movie starring Aaron Taylor-Johnson as a hunter. He the hunts, bro. He is one of the best. You give him something, he's going to get it. It is this whole storyline jumping back and forth from him being young, getting older. Will he take over his father's evil empire, or will he become a good villain? Because, Zach, we don't have bad villains no more. We have Cruella, who's not cruel to dogs, and Kraven the Hunter, who doesn't hunt like he does in the... Bro, I don't get this, bro. I don't, like, we are doing movies about villains that we want to sell toys, so we're stripping away what makes them Spider-Man villains to begin with. On a Spider-Man movie that doesn't include Spider-Man, look, this is a movie that has Ariana DeBose as a character who is young, that he comes to come scope out when the movie needs him to scope him out. So he's only a hunter. He's the hunter when he needs to be. Russell Crowe plays his father, and this may be the character of the hunter people wanted because he's the actual evil guy. Aaron Taylor's like the modern man. It is a mess of a movie. We know this. Here's how I'm going to break it down. Aaron Taylor-Johnson needs a big blockbuster because they're not bringing him back for the other Avengers movie. Do you know when celebrities buy a tequila and it really is like a shell of a company that was going under, so they told the Jonas Brothers, attach your name to it? That is all this movie is to Aaron Taylor-Johnson. You see it in the interviews. My man needs a trilogy, and he doesn't care that it was Kraven the Hunter. He has been straightforward with it. They told him, you want this one? He said, I'll take it. J.C. Chandor thought he was making a mob film. Zach, you already knew this. No one told him that when you enter a Marvel movie, 35% of it is already shot. I have heard him talk about how he had to fit the Rhino because they had already bought a VFX company. Are these movies, Zach? He's trying to fit in a film with 7 VFX scenes that have been made. Like, people don't understand that's how these movies are made. So what am I really reviewing here other than 3 different ideas coming together for a company that's already canceled the entire project to begin with? There is no point for this. Kraven the Hunter was supposed to come out last year. It shouldn't have even come out this year.
Yeah, I mean, this whole chapter of the Sony Spider-Man era has been just so regrettable. And, like, you know, I know there are our friends like Amanda out there who found a lot to love about Madam Web, but I don't think there are a lot of people out there who would argue that, like, this whole idea has really led to any growing of the IP, of the brand, any movies that are worth really celebrating. I mean, I guess Venom maybe has its defenders as well, but, like... Well,
that's the bit, right? Venom got 3. So Kraven and Aaron Taylor were like, let's get the 3. They're all trying to do, like, a mini project. Like, they don't want to be Avengers 10 movie deal stuck. They want, like, a nice little trilogy, and Tom Hardy set the precedent for it. He thought he was going to get it. No. Tom Hardy didn't even want to do his 3rd one.
I mean, this was all supposed to lead to a Sinister Six movie at some point, right? And I don't know, man. I mean, I just don't understand, like, the motivations here. Like, it's what you're saying. The reason people care about these characters is because of the history that they have, the characters that they are. And
that's it.
Sony has decided with this series to just fundamentally change who all the characters are. And in a way where, like, if you had a real take, if you had a real idea, maybe, but it seems like films made by executive producers and not by the directors they hire.
Not the smartest thing. Yeah, Venom was, like, so bad, people memed it. Madam Web was a movie that was trying to be high camp, so people made fun of it. This isn't trying to be a funny movie. It is trying to be a movie that, sadly, they did not realize it's still under this corporate umbrella, and it didn't work. The Sinister Six, Zach, They're the Sony reps, in my opinion. They're the corporate people up there. Because, yeah, this feels like a movie that tried to be good. And that's even worse because there's not even something to make fun of it. It just ends up being a little dull. Kraven the Hunter, setting itself up for a sequel that it'll never get, but it is out in theaters now. Please go watch Triple Frontier or A Most Violent Year. I'd highly recommend this one over here instead.